I'm Mitchell Schechter, editor of the Schechter Report, and I'm here at the International Restaurant and Food Service Show of New York with Chris Freeman of Imperial Bag.
Good morning, Mitchell.
Good morning, Chris. Chris, what brings Imperial to this show this year?
Well, this is a premier event in New York City, and we've been participants of this show forever. It's an obligation for us. We've been in food service for over 80 years. We're in Bayonne, New Jersey, and we service some of the most prestigious, wonderful customers in New York City, including Fairway Markets, Zabar's, supermarkets, hotels, delis, restaurants. All of these customers of ours come to the show and they're looking for innovation and ideas, so it's really an obligation for us to be here for them. And also we like to feature a lot of new stuff that we bring to the marketplace.
We'll talk about new products because, as the viewers can see, they're literally all the way around us. Tell us a little bit more about Imperial Bag and what its market niche is at this time.
We are paper, packaging, and janitorial supply purveyors, and we've been around for close to 80 years. We are based in Bayonne, New Jersey. We service metropolitan New York. We have coverage from Washington, D.C. to Hartford, Connecticut. We're stretching to Boston. And we service a retail clientele from coast to coast. We have an affiliation with a wonderful customer called Party City, and we do store-door deliveries to every one of their locations, and that's close to 1,000 stops all over the country. If
I were to ask you what differentiates Imperial's products from your competitors, what would you say before we look at specific examples?
Well, almost everything. In our industry, you know, you have to have a really strong stable of commodity products because everybody uses these items. But what we do at our company is we drive to the leading edge of packaging. And the biggest thing for the past 5 years has been green. So what we have done really diligently is source out, identify from sources all over the world, green products that are food safe, food grade safe, and wonderful for our clientele to use.
What is it that we are surrounded by here? What type of products are these from Imperial?
Well, first of all, we've suspended all of the items in the booth, and there's over 1,300 products in this booth right now. And what I've got here is sort of a surrogate necktie is a product line which is making its debut to New York City. And this is called Ultra Green. And the reason that this product is green and wonderful is that it's produced from sugarcane fibers. It has a natural coating on the inside. It's 100% compostable, and it comes with either a PLA, a PET, or a molded fiber lid. So these items are really wonderful and utilitarian for our customers because they're dual ovenable. You can bake in this up to 400 degrees in an oven. You can microwave in it. You can freeze in it. You can cook off a product or par bake a product and have it semi-raw, put it in here, and a consumer can actually take it out of one of our establishments and cook it at home. So these are really, really wonderful. And you see there are a lot of different shapes and sizes, from 3 compartments to smaller bowls, medium-sized bowls, and these really wonderful large 16-inch pizza trays. So these are the new wave in pizza service.
And I assume that once the product has been sold in this container, it's recyclable itself.
This product is compostable.
Compostable.
Okay, so it's made from sustainable raw materials. This is from sugarcane, and sugarcane grows and regrows, right? So that's what makes it sustainable. But once somebody uses this product, if they do what we call use the 5th R, and I'll explain that in a second if you want to know.
Sure.
And they take it to a reclamation center that composts, it returns to potting soil.
Well, a lot of operators, especially on the non-commercial side, are also running their own composting programs.
Right.
Now.
We have actually a line of personal composters, a home-size composter, and we sell them up to building-size composters for establishments that want to be composting. So, yeah, and there's a lot of carting companies now that are getting into it. It's been very difficult, especially in New York City, to find carters that will come take goods and make sure they end up at the right location.
Richard, also from Imperial Bag, can you tell me a little bit about this amazing booth that we're standing in and why it looks the way it does?
Well, it was a very difficult process trying to put this together. Starting Friday morning, when the booth itself was probably no more than 4 feet off the ground, We had approximately 6 people using a 100-pound test fishing line with glue guns and just taking every single item that we had brought into the show, and this laborious procedure of just gluing everything to the line. So as the lines were being tied to the main supports up there, you had all this, everything on the floor. And you just couldn't see the concept or the vision that Christopher had of how this was going to turn out. And everyone's just kind of like, I don't know about this. You know, is Chris going to be around next year after this thing is done? So as soon as, after 2 days of just tying everything up and getting everything glued and cut and trimmed and tweaked the way we wanted it, we put the first set of legs up, and it brought it up about another 3 feet. And all of a sudden, you could start to see it, all right? And then when the second 4-foot section went in, bringing it to its current height, it was awesome. Everyone just stood and looked at it, all right?
If I could interject for 1 second, what happened was the workers in the Javits Center and Freeman Decorating that runs the show and Reed Expo that hosts this entire extravaganza caught wind of what was going on. And as Richard said, it was just a jumble, a mass of fishing line and products all over the floor to start with. But when they began to get the idea that this was all going to go up, they said, what time? What time is it going to go up? We had it on the clock for 2 o'clock, and we drew a crowd. People came here and watched, and you could literally hear people sort of gasp when it went up there and the concept became apparent to them. So it was really a delightful experience. Incredibly difficult work to do, but here, this is the result.
One of the things, Chris, I have to tell you is when I was here at the show on Sunday, the first day, and this place was just thronging with people. It was almost impossible to get around.
Record-breaking crowd, by the way, for us.
Yes, yes. But what I found was your booth was visible from almost every aspect of the show, and it drew my attention even as I was making my initial tour of the show floor. And I said, we got to find out the kind of people who will put together a booth like this. So thank you.
Thank you, Mitchell. I'm delighted to hear that, and that was part of the intention. So, you know, I'm really happy to hear that.
Okay, good. Now tell us about what we're looking at here, because I've never seen a product quite like this.
Okay, these products are from a company called Pack-N-Wood, which is actually, it's a French-oriented company that sources the manufacturing of these goods from all over the world. These items are made in Asia, and they're made from a combination of sugar cane fibers and woods of various kinds. So they naturally decompose. So what you're looking at are these unique, lovely, delicate, beautiful food service items, some with lids, some without, some cutlery, some very ornate in shape that can be used for food, and then they naturally decompose as wood would decompose.
So they are designed to go into solid landfill then, and then decompose. Or can they be composted?
100% compostable is the preference, because in a landfill, as you know, there's no oxygen.
Right.
So it doesn't matter what the item is made from, right? If there's no oxygen, there's going to be no decomposition at all. All right. You know what the 3 R's in green are? Reduce, reuse, recycle. We say there are 5 R's. And the 4th R is reclamation. That's what we were talking about before. How do you find someone that's going to take an item and get it to a recycling area or a composting facility? And more people are into it. There hasn't been a big revenue stream for that yet. So, you know, because people aren't generating revenue doing that aspect of this circle, it's been a gap. And the 5th R, the most important, is responsibility. And that's personal responsibility, yours and mine. After we use these items, making sure that it ends up somewhere where it will be returned to the soil, or it will be recycled or reused. So those are the 5 R's of green. We added those last 2, by the way. So
can operators, restaurateurs, and food service directors find out about these products on your website?
Absolutely. We've got everything available with digital catalogs. We don't like to print hard copy catalogs because we consider it to be a waste of paper. So, you know, we take information at these shows, and we email out digital catalogs that people can look at every single item, and there are thousands of them, as we discussed, pick them, and then we work on pricing and negotiate a little bit and make them available.
Well, as the industry's first fully digital magazine, I'm very pleased to be speaking with such an environmentally conscious and responsible company as Imperial, and yourself, Chris. Thank you very much.
Mitchell, thank you so much. It was great chatting with you this morning. Thank you so much.